Today we're going to be talking about culture. How can we define culture and how can we determine the differences within different cultures? First, we're going to define the word. The word culture is a noun, which means is a person, place, or thing, and it means the customs, languages, and arts of a nation or people at a given time. So culture is the way of life for a certain group of people. It's the way that you live your everyday life. Cultural components are the things that make up culture. There are many different components or categories that make up one's culture, and even within a culture, certain things can be different. So, your ethnicity is a cultural component. What ethnic group do you identify yourself with, and what does it mean to you to belong to that ethnicity? So, your ethnicity is kind of like it's your race, it's where your parents and grandparents and great grandparents come from. It is kind of your genetic makeup and where your family comes from. So, maybe you have a grandmother who comes from Argentina or Colombia, somewhere in South America. That would be your ethnicity. You would be Colombian or Argentinian. Or maybe you have even a great grandparent who used to live in Italy. You might be Italian or have Italian ethnicity. Holidays. What holidays do your family celebrate? And customs and traditions. So, what are some of the things that you and your family always do? It may be a ritual for dinner time, a holiday event, or a way that you celebrate. So, holidays and customs and traditions are a big part of culture because those are things that people do even every day or every year. And it's things that we repeat over and over again that become a way of life. Language. What languages do you speak and do you have an accent? That is also a piece of your culture and can change over time based off your way of life. Social organization and beliefs in religion also are cultural components. Social organization is what types of social groups are you a part of and what is the structure of your family. So social groups can be anything from even a church group to Boy Scouts to Girl Scouts to a sports team or even like a community organization that you or your family belong to. And then the structure of your family, who you live with, who do you consider to be your family? Do you have step parents or cousins or brothers and sisters? That would all be part of your social organization or the people who you surround yourself with. And beliefs in religion. What do you and your family believe in? And if you follow a certain religion, that can be a big part of culture because it changes the way that you live your life, the way that you live your life, and the way that you act, and the way that you even celebrate things. And beliefs in religion can impact a lot of the other cultural components too. Economy and government. So, what type of economy do you live in, and how does that affect your everyday life? And what type of government do you live in, and how does that affect your everyday life? So, the fact that you live in a country where you have freedom to buy what you want, or start your own company, or to vote and protest, how does that affect your life, and how that affects your way of life and your culture, because those things impact your everyday life. So, two different groups that we're going to talk about within culture are ethnic groups and religious groups. An ethnic group is a group of people who share common heritage and cultural ideas that have been a part of their community for generations. So the key word here being generations, this goes back to your parents and grandparents and great great grandparents and great grandparents. So your ethnic group is the people who came before you. Whatever their ethnicity is, that is passed down to you, so you have the same ethnicity as your parents and grandparents. A religious group is a group of people who share a belief system in a god or gods with a specific set of rules and literature. So, different religious groups, those are what people believe in. If they go to church or if they worship with different people and they have a specific set of rules or texts that they read as part of the religious group. So, the differences between the two, we have our two definitions. Remember, an ethnic group is a group that shares a common heritage for generations. Examples would be Irish, Latino, French, African American. Those are things that you cannot change. It's the way that you were born. It's a part of your community for generations. A religious group is what you believe in. It's a group of people that share the same beliefs. Christian, Jews, Muslims, Hindus, those people share the same belief system. They could come from different ethnicities, they can come from different countries all over the world, but they share the same religion. They both involve customs and traditions, holidays, and similar characteristics between a group of people. So both are a group of people, and both are a group of people that share things with each other and have a lot in common. But the big difference is that you cannot change your ethnicity. You cannot change your ethnic group because that's what you were born as. If your parents were both Latino, that is how you were going to be born. If your parents were both Irish, that is how you're going to be born. So you're born into your ethnic group, but you can change your religion. You may be maybe brought up in a certain religion, but you can choose a different religion. You can choose to believe something else than your parents or grandparents. So the big difference is that you can't change your ethnic group, but you can change your religion.